Hi everyone, welcome. And you're gonna have to endure my voice. Either way, I am doing a live stream for New Year's. I hope my voice will be okay by then. But I promise I'll be on for the holidays. That's for sure. So I filmed the moon last night. Okay, we're going to take a look at it coming up right after this. We're gonna go first and look at the UFOs on the moon and even some other new finding UFOs, some more lights. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go look at. But first, we look at a UFO, and then we'll look at a different way of looking at the same UFO that I'm just going to show you right now. How close can we get to these lights? Well, obviously, there is a limit, and you can see it real fast once you get in. But I still like to show them a little closer. And you could see them flailing around. Energy, some type of energy, but they do look like biological giant creatures flying around in space. Boy, I tend to think that the tether incident showed us some truth, and maybe that's just quite simply what they are. We're used to hunting for animals on the ground. Maybe in space they hunt for animals in the air. Who knows? It wouldn't be so weird hunting sky jellyfish if you were living in the moon. And well, anyways, this is the surface of the moon. And you can see construction over to the right there at the end of the arrow and everywhere else, the layering, the connections, and it's pretty beautiful. Big secret, hidden. No one's talking about Mars. They're talking about, I mean, what are they going to do with the Artemis program? Right? They're supposed to send people to the moon. Well, if they're going to start talking about it, that means by the time they send people to the moon, theoretically, maybe everyone will know about the aliens and the humans. It'll be just, it's just going to appear one day in the newspaper where it says, go work on the moon for $72 an hour. Get your vaccines first. At the beginning, I thought there were just lights on the moon, and now I know there's a system up there. People either working, look at that, they're coming out of the moon. First troll comment I got was, it's coming out beside the black spot. It's not coming out of the center of the black spot. Hundreds, if not thousands of UFOs are on the surface, looking right back at us, laughing. And they move around. They're not doing anything else than that, but moving around from place to place on the moon. Could be transportation. Could be them going to work, right? On the moon, doing whatever experiments that they have to do. And here's in black and white. Quite simply, you see that there are more than one. So listen, ladies and gents, they're traveling at high speeds, winding left and right, and at the same time, this bugger comes out of the hole and goes and meets them. So now you tell me if there's not some type of military system or intelligent race on the moon, right? Yeah, right. They're going to mention every possible planet except for possibly the moon, right? Or maybe they're going to wait till the last minute to talk about the moon. But either way, I've proven that the lights are under the hazes, and whether the camouflage is deliberate or not, whether it be a natural camouflage that would be even more beautiful, even smart, just incredible how everything's hiding itself on the moon, yet so close to us. Hundreds of years, all the way back, and I'm saying many hundreds of years, all the way back to the 1300s, for Pete's sakes. They've been talking about UFOs in the sky, and for hundreds, almost 1,000 years, we just think it's fake. I keep getting chills when I think of, could it be possible that, this is Neil-wise, but could it be possible that these comments could make us sick if they came close enough to Earth? And in the past, has it happened that maybe a comet's come or a meteor hit Earth and that is what could have wiped everything out? It's just making so much bloody sense when you think of it, right? Lots that we don't know and lots we weren't told, but excuse the expression, shit happens. Trust me, throughout thousands of years, a lot goes on. What is this? Is that the object they put in the NASA logo, the meatball logo? I mean, I'm telling you guys, that is an object in the sky that lingered a very long time beside the sun a couple years ago. I mean, think of it. This is a fire on the moon. This has to be an object. Obviously, you see it coming out of the end of it. The object is dark, you can't see it. There's a flame coming out of it. We have these objects here in our own skies on Earth, right? So it's also the way it would look like if a human landed on the moon, in a way, when you think of it, the fire going down to the surface. So there's already a system up there. Look at the tunnels and lines going into the surface. I'm not kidding. You see them veering in, and here's a bridge, as hard as it is to see. Even for me, it's hard to see, guys, but it's the proof, though. Overlapping bridge or line going over top of already a perfectly symmetrical object, like a tunnel or something. Look at the sides cut out of the surface of the moon so that this large tunnel can be placed on the ground. This would be a massive construction of many kilometers. Look at this, turning also with another insulation or something along the edge. It's all construction. So I did get the moon last night. It was beautiful. The sky was beautiful. The moon was. This is the far away moon, by the way. Lots of mixing up with the names of the moons, and people say, no, it's not. It's the cold moon. No, it's not. It's the long winter moon. There's many different ways. The moon names we use in the Old Farmer's Almanac. It's all from the Native American, colonial American, or other traditional sources. And Indians, for example, cold moon is used. We have the exploding trees moon. The Cree use that. And the Oglala moon of the popping trees. We have the drift clearing moon, the frost moon. The Cherokees call it the snow moon. So we a lot of, Western Abenaki call it the winter maker moon, long night moon. There's so many different names for it. But this moon is the longest lasting moon while it rises. So it's going to take a long time, or should I say, it did take a long time to rise up and to set. I had plenty of time to film it. Lots of browns on the surface of the moon too. I just call this the December moon. So there's the north side, right? What's it doing there? Completely in the west, right? That's how, can we say, shifted it is. Mare Crisium sitting right on top. This is exactly how the moon was in the sky. And Tycho crater over to the right, the bottom of the moon, which is usually on the left. You'll see that coming up right there. That's Tycho. So everything's really shifted. Sinus Iridum completely on the west side. Mare Serenitatis completely on top. It's crazy. Well, that moon is really brown. They talked about the moon starting to change colors brown. And like I said, if it's not seasonal changes, we'll be noticing it as the seasons change. Just so much that has to be analyzed. Is it the seasons on Earth that is causing that? I mean, yeah, I can only imagine what's going on. But this is the moon of last night, and the exact way it was placed that you saw there, top and bottom. So now we can shift it around a little bit so we can get in close to see more of the colors. And again, lots of browns, greens on the surface. Absolutely incredible. They were talking about hematite and iron oxide on the moon, and that, the moon was getting brown. Is it because it's rusting? I don't know. But look at the pronounced coloring of the surface. Like, you see these areas, and like Aristarchus crater right there has always been brown. But while all of a sudden we're seeing other browns around it. Usually I see this green, to be honest with you. I have many videos and footage of this being green, and I do believe it changes during the year. But if they say it's turning brown, I have yet to see if this summer it will remain brown, right? Because you see the greens in it right now. So let's do a test. Bring the exposure completely down. The moon is veered off, shifted. The north is on the left, and right there, by the way. What do you think of that? The two poles, and the other poles on the bottom, on the right side, which I'll get another arrow up, right there. Look it up. The North Pole and the South Pole, the surface there apparently has a complete different element. The poles of the moon, both the north and the south, are very unique environments and preserve a surprising record of water, and other volatile substances on the lunar surface. Water is present at the poles of the moon in several different forms. They say because of the craters and mountains supposedly on the moon, some areas near the pole are in permanent sunlight, apparently. Wow, lots of melting there, I guess, while others are permanently dark. So I imagine these frozen areas leading off with whatever way, winds or not, to other areas of the moon and making rivers. No? Does it not make any sense if the sun's always in the same area? Wasn't for my amazing community, this channel wouldn't even exist. Thanks a whole bunch, everyone. I really appreciate it. Slow disclosure is in progress. More information will be coming. A lot more.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had